Let's get it. Yo, what's up, JT? Drizzy JT was good. Welcome to the stream. Today we will be finishing the the story of the Finches. Okay, so we finished we left off with Sam Finch's story. Uh I think I have to go back outside. Oh no, right here. Yeah, let's see what else we can find out. And how are you two doing today? JT, Drizzy, how are you two doing?
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
I can imagine. We're about to get this to the story of Gregory, the person who died at 1 years old. Divorce contract, Stan Finch.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but
For the
only you
most
could
part, I'm
see it.
doing alright. Good. Yeah, okay.
Hold on, sweetie.
Oh my god, don't tell me he drowned in a bathtub.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
Why she keep answering the phone?
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Oh my god. Yay, look. They following me. Woo! Wait
There's
a
so
minute.
much I don't understand.
Oh, so he drowned in the bathtub.
About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
It is her fault. She was being negligent. Take the kid out the bath.
I'm sure he's happy.
Oh my god.
And he'd want you to be happy too.
Oh my
Good
god.
luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Wow. He drowned in the bathtub. Oh man, that's so sad. Always pay attention, chat. I know none of y'all don't got no kids, but you
I
see
can't imagine
how
my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Mm.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Why didn't he want to see a whatchamacallit? A wedding?
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I read.
Oh, he didn't want a stepmom.
Make him cry.
Okay.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh. Would have
Wings
whooped his
picked up,
ass.
and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Okay, so they all just went inside the tent.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Okay. Oh, I'm seeing lightning.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh. Oh shit. Oh.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you. She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Damn, why me? I got Lewis and Milton. I got two brothers named Lewis and Milton, and you're gonna name me Gus? Like, why? Well, Gus was a teenage boy holding on to hatred. He didn't want a stepmom, and well, oh, I'm seeing Dawn. Okay, let me just make sure it's not. I don't think so, but let me just double check it. That's crazy. Duties, Dawn, Sweet Trash, Gus, Mop, Mo. Yard, Greg be a baby.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
LOR.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Oh, she moved up here? Oh,
She
this
spent
is
a
my
summer
mom.
making houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Okay, so Sanjay is our dad.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Wait, I want to see the mom story.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Aww, this is so sad.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
This is sad as hell.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Oh no. Milton. Oh, is this the one that's missing? Hold on. Oh my god, he was the one that was only 9 years old. The magic
Milton
paintbrush.
Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Okay. Okay, he sneezed. At least he liked painting. That's cool.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh, he just disappeared.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
What's up with the ceiling aspect?
Whatever
Is that
went down in the
to
house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
is the ceiling aspect a way to like forget or something? Like, what is the ceiling aspect? Because everybody who dies, they just seal off their room. Hold on, chat. Okay. Yeah, it's like closing off so they don't have to process them being gone.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself.
Oh, so he's just like an
In our
NPC now.
sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Huh?
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
I'm kind of feeling a little
Something
weird, Chad, 'cause I'm
Bats.
using the R stick to move.
And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
But it was
worried
just
about
his
it.
imagination.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Of course the job gonna say
Like a
that.
whole new Louis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Oh, a dog.
On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery,
He no longer spoke.
but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Okay, I'm seeing Mario
They begged him
inspiration.
to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Sound like he's
Lewis.
NPC'd out. That's what I'm hearing.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Oh yeah, NPC.
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen, beautiful prince. Okay, so it's
beautiful
already.
prince.
I think I'm already.
The prince was on his own quest for
We could do sinister serpents.
sinister serpents. He followed the sound of his
Let's do an electric guitar.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Yeah, that felt so weird because I was using the left stick to control the person and then the right stick to control the hand and the chopping of the fish.
He began to forget the world we know.
Oh, I'm seeing a factory. Oh, so he must have died at the factory.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Oh, is that him?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
supposed to go up these steps.
I still thought I could save him.
Oh, he killed himself.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh my god.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh my lord. So he killed himself at the cannery.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Really crazy.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Wait, I'm upset because I didn't get Dawn. I got everybody else though. The house looks so unstable the higher up you go. Edith Finch.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Okay.
That thing you're afraid of
I'm
isn't
no
going
Dawn.
to
Did you
end
miss
when
the
you
room?
leave the
I'm
house.
not too sure.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches by Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
On the night I was born.
That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Okay.
God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh no.
I got turned around.
That means it's just time to let go.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
I'm seeing a
But
bed.
when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Oh, we're at the old
Or
house.
maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Whoa.
After that, we moved around a lot.
Oh, this is cool. I can control her hand.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Oh, Lord.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Oh, man.
And then I was alone.
Oh, man. I can only
Last
imagine.
Finch left alive.
The remaining of the Finches. The last Finch
Until I
to
found out
still
about
be
you.
here. Oh, yeah, she is pregnant. She is pregnant.
I'm I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
Wait, why she?
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Oh, this is the baby coming out, I'm assuming.
This journal was supposed to
Oh
be
yeah,
for
that's
you.
the vagina. Oh yeah, this baby about to come
Lord, I
out.
hope you'll never see it.
Oh.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
So Edith passed away. Yeah, that's the vagina, definitely. We're coming out.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Well, that was pretty sad. So I wonder, did she die? Like, how did she die? That's what I want to know is how did she die? That was actually really sad. I'm actually tearing up. Cause yeah, that was really sad. She probably died like yeah, that's what I was assuming. She said this is where your story begins. But the thing is, it would have been good. It would have been really hit if she would have said, "This is where your story begins and mine's end." That would have been pretty good. Johan. Hmm. I feel like this was a story to pay homage to somebody. I don't know. It just that's what it feels like. Now the title makes more sense too. Yeah, this like the ending was really emotional, at least for me, because that's like really sad. Like imagine experiencing so much death with your immediate like family members, just for your mom to try to get away from it, and it still followed her too. Yeah. And well, that is the end, chat. Um, so yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in on this journey with me. I kind of actually what was her story? Because I don't feel like we saw her story. Oh, her story was the ending. Oh, okay. So her, Edith, and Edie's all of their stories are intertwined. Like so.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Okay.
Until supper, when she raised her glass.
So
and
no,
said,
I didn't miss a story.
To our
Drizzy,
final night.
she was just the final
and
story.
all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. What? Don't you go?
Was it a true story? I don't know.
I'm sorry, you're
We
right.
could look it up.
We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our
Alright,
lives.
because Dawn is the mom.
Edith, you're excused.
Let's see, I'm gonna look it up. Is this a true story? Is what remains of Edith Finch a true story? Alright, so let me just get to the closet or whatever, and then we're gonna talk
the
about
power
it.
had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
I thought everybody was buried in the library.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Okay.
Dear Edith.
Alright, so let's get into it.
Stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh my god, I really don't feel like moving this bitch.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
So, what my thing is...
An earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
What my thing is, let me turn the dialogue down so I can be speaking. It's my time. One thing that I can think of is that if we actually look at the family tree, Milton went missing. So how do they know he died in 2003? That's the year he went missing.
God, it smelled awful.
I think. So, isn't he technically the last remaining of the Finches after Edith? But I mean, I guess we can assume he died. I mean, hold on, chat. We're going to talk about the. All right, because damn, because Dawn is the mom. So that night, when the van went to go pick her up, she was gone because she went back to the old house. So I think she died, like, probably drowned or something. I don't know.
Ever existed.
Cause she was gone. So where else could she had went
But when I
other
saw
than to be drowned because she went out to the old house?
that night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
Okay, so let's see.
Edith! Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, and she was dead. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
So it says,
A few years
what
ago,
remains of Edith Finch? Uh, it says Dallas embodied this concept by using his own experience as a scuba diver while he lived in Washington State and seeing the ocean fall into darkness into the distance. The game was initially based on a scuba diving approach, but this created a number of problems with conveying the narrative.
and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
Yeah, so Edith died giving birth in 2017.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about
So how old was she? What? We had just graduated high school. She was 18 years old.
Forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as
She
it
was
is, I
18
think
when
the
she
best we
died.
can do is try to open our eyes.
But she's describing the night of Edith's
Appreciate
birth,
how strange
and
and
she.
brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But it
Oh,
doesn't
okay,
always
yeah. So I wonder what happened to the grandma then.
work out that way.
Because when the van came to pick her up, she was already gone. So.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
That was actually so sad. She died January 18th of 2017. So she was 17 years old when she died. And she had a boy. So it's based off a scuba diver's experience, but I'm assuming it's fiction. Because it's not giving me a straight out answer. So yeah, chat. So I think it's fictional. Um. So yeah, but this is a very sad story. So how do you guys feel about the story? Did you guys like it? Talk to me. How'd you guys feel about the story? Did you like this journey? Did anything shock you about any of the deaths? What shocked you? Um, what surprised you? Whose death you saw coming? Who you just knew was gonna die? And we look to the future. What happened to Edith's child? I liked it. It was interactive. Nah, it wasn't for me. Okay, two different opinions. JT, why you didn't like it? I know Drizzy explained that he felt like it was very interactive, so he liked it. But what about you? Why did you dislike it? Do you, was it because of the deaths that made you uncomfortable, or do you think the story was like too cartoony and unrealistic? And this is the family tree chat, so we have pictures of everybody. I wish they would fill in Edith's whatchamacallit. They could put 2017 there now. So what deaths shocked you guys? Like, did you have a favorite character? Did you have a favorite story? What was your least favorite story? Like, talk to me. Let's interact. Let's talk about it. Because I'm very interested into what you guys think. And even JT, I know you didn't like the game, but what was your favorite story? It was too unrealistic for me. Hmm. I understand Lewis's aspect and the fact that it was unrealistic, and maybe Gus's. Um, and Molly's, I feel like is questionable because she ate a lot of shit she wasn't supposed to eat, and I think she passed away because she ate the toothpaste, because she ate the cherries, the fake cherries, and because she ate the stale carrot. That's a little questionable, but I think it was the amount of toothpaste she probably consumed that made her pass away. And I still don't know what happened to Edie. So I find those three very unrealistic with Gus, Lewis, and Molly. Barbara, I think hers was more of a metaphor. I think a group of fans probably killed her. Walter witnessing this, he hid underground far away as he was traumatized. Calvin was killed because he wanted to, see if he could go like 360 with a swing. Uh, I don't really have a favorite story, but I like the way they're all told and how everything unfolds. I like how all of the stories played out. Okay. Dawn got sick. Milton disappeared. Gregory drowned. I like how the game is in first person point of view for everyone. Yeah. Well, chat, that is it. Well, I think my a death that shocked me was Edith's death. I didn't see that coming until she said once you're reading this it's probably too late. And it's like her final words is don't be sad I'm not with you. Just be happy that we all had this chance to, be alive. That was kind of heartbreaking. It's like damn, so she died at birth. I think that was the story that like shocked me the most. The story that I least liked was Lewis's story, only because it's like, how do you get so much into your imagination that you just kill yourself? That was kind of my least favorite story. Um, I would say my favorite story was probably Calvin's. As a kid, you want to be adventurous. You want to see if you could do a 360 on the swing, even though it's dangerous, you know, and he winded up flying off of the swing and he passed away. So, wasn't like my favorite story in the terms of death, but it was my favorite story in the terms of adventure. As kids, we love adventure. We love to do things, and we don't think about the consequences. And unfortunately for him, his consequence was death. It was no coming back from it. Um, Also, I would like to do an honorable mention. My least favorite story was also Walter's. I didn't like how he went and just hid underground for the rest of his life because he witnessed Barbara's death because he was under the bed. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. Like, I understand he was running from the trauma, but you're still in the same house, so it don't matter. Like, you're in the exact same house. It's not like you moved from Washington to Florida or to, Los Angeles. Like, you're in the same house. So, I don't know. But yeah, with that being said, chat, thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Monday we're gonna start our new series. I might play some Siege. I don't know. I kind of been itching to want to play a little bit, but as of right now, we're gonna start our new series on Monday, and I hope to see you all. I hope to see you all there, and thank you guys so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.